Real Madrid have told Vinny Junior to say what is on the table, or they will listen to offers. Arsenal have gone straight to him, £400,000 to £500,000 a week, and all of his image rights, which is the one thing Madrid will not give him. So this is real. The best left winger in the world, 26 years old, 1 year left on his contract, and the champions of England at the front of the queue. And almost everything written about it so far is about whether Arsenal can get it done. The fee, the wages, the bonus. That question answers itself. If Arsenal decide to pay, they can pay. Here's the question nobody is asking. Arsenal won the title with 7 league goals out of their entire left wing. Not because they could not find a winger, because the way they play does not need one to beat his man. So would Vinny Junior actually fit at Arsenal? This is what this video is going to answer. Vinicius Junior last season in club football, 16 in La Liga, 5 in the Champions League, 1 at the Club World Cup, 22 goals. Now Arsenal, Victor Gyökeres, 21, Gabriel Martinelli, 11, and here's the part the league table tied. 6 of those came in Europe in a run to the final. Bukayo Saka had 11, Eze 10, Madueke had 8, 4 attackers in double figures. That is not a squad with a hole in it, that is the squad that just won the league. And then there is this one, which changes how you look at it all. 22 goals for Vinny, 43 for Kylian Mbappe in the same team, in the same season, standing next to him. At Real Madrid, Vinicius Junior is the second option. He has spent his entire career being the second option, first to Benzema, then to Bellingham, and now to Mbappe. At Arsenal he would be the first, same player, with the ball going through him instead of past him, which is exactly why this is interesting, and exactly why it is not simple. Here's the thing people miss about Vinicius. He is not a product of talent alone, he is a product of a shape built to leave him alone. Watch what Madrid do. The ball goes right, everything goes right. Fullback, midfield, the forward drifting across. It pulls the defence with it, and it leaves one player standing on the far touchline, with a lot of grass in front of him and one defender to beat. Then the switch, and now it is one man against one man, at speed, running at a back four that has been dragged 20 metres out of position. That is the product, not the dribble, the situation. And Madrid pay for it. They accept that their left winger will not press the way a Premier League winger presses. They accept the turnovers, because they get transitions back. 195 take-ons attempted in one league season is not a style, it is a licence, and somebody has to cover the ground he does not. Now put that next to Arsenal. Arsenal's left is the most crowded piece of grass in the league. The fullback does not overlap, he steps inside into midfield, the 8 drops in behind him. The winger comes short, not long, and the ball goes through the middle of it. 2 passes until somebody runs into the space behind. It is not a worse idea, it won the league, it is just the opposite idea. Arsenal do not isolate their left winger, they overload around him. The whole point of the structure is that no single player has to beat his man, because there is always a third runner. Martinelli completed 1.7 dribbles per 90, and inside that system it was not a failure, it was the job. So here's question 1, and is a real one. You can sign the best isolation winger in the world and then never isolate him. He gets the ball with a fullback in front, a midfielder tucked behind, and a teammate 3 metres away asking for it. Solvable? Probably. Arteta has rebuilt that side twice already, but somebody has to actually do it, and it's not a small change. Question 2 is the one that gets underrated. Madrid spend a lot of their season attacking teams that come out to play them. Arsenal spend most of theirs attacking 11 men behind the ball, in a 20-metre strip at a standstill. Vinicius against a set defence is a different player. No run to make, no gap to attack, no head start, just a defender standing still, 3 metres away, with cover behind him. That is where the 44% comes from. And when it breaks down, somebody has to run back. Arsenal's left winger is part of the press and part of the rest defence. That is not a detail, it is the reason the champions conceded what they conceded. So you would be adding a player that has been excused at work for 6 years in front of a fullback who is already inside the pitch. Again, not impossible. Madrid found a way to carry it, but Madrid were not pressing the way this team presses. Question 3 is the one everybody leads with, so let me be careful with it. The 26th of October last season, Real Madrid are beating Barcelona at the Bernabeu. 72 minutes. Xabi Alonso takes Vinny off for Rodrigo. He points at himself, he shouts, he walks past his manager on the touchline, does not sit on the bench, and go straight down the tunnel. On the way, in his own words, "I am leaving the team, I am leaving." He apologised 2 days later to the fans, to his teammates, to the club, to the president. The apology was real and it was public, and it should count for something. But it is a pattern, not an incident. 8 yellow cards in La Liga last season in 36 games, and the ones people remember are not for tackles. 10 months before that night, at the Mestalla, he pushed the goalkeeper in the back of the head before a goal kick and got a too-much ban for it. None of that is about ability, all of it is about what he does when things are not going his way, and plenty of great players have grown out of exactly this. This is genuinely possible. Now every club has to weigh that up. Most of them decide the football is worth the noise. Arsenal are the one club that has already told you it is not. December 2021. Aubameyang is the captain. He is the highest paid player at the club. He is the best finisher in the squad. He comes back later than agreed from the trip he had permission to take. Arteta strips the captaincy, drops him for the West Ham game, hands the armband to a group instead of a person. Aubameyang never plays for Arsenal again. 6 weeks later his contract is torn up and he leaves for Barcelona on a free. Arsenal got nothing. That was the price, and Arteta paid it, in a season where they were fighting for the top 4 with a squad that could not score. Every non-negotiable at that club dates from that decision. The whole thing Arsenal are now famous for, the discipline, the standards, the dressing room, was built by removing the best player in it. Which does not mean that Arteta can't handle Vinny Junior. It means that he is the one manager in the league who is already showing you what the ceiling on his patience looks like, and both men would know it from day one. That is not a reason to say no, it is the thing they would have to get right. There is one more thing, and is the reason this stopped being a rumour. Real Madrid's number was around €160 million, fees and bonus together. Arsenal's current top transfer is Declan Rice at around €116 million. But the fee is not what this is stuck on. Madrid offered him €22 million a year. He turned it down. He wants 25, a bigger share of his own image rights, and 25 million bonus on top. Madrid take roughly half of what he earns commercially, and 16 sponsors used his face at the World Cup, so the ask is not coming from nowhere. Their answer was to tell him to accept what is on the table, or they will listen to offers. No more negotiating. They are protecting their wage structure. And here's the part that makes Arsenal serious. They have gone to him directly and they have offered the one thing Madrid will not give him, all of his image rights, plus £400,000 or £500,000 a week. Arsenal want to seal him 300,000 and Bukayo Saka is the only player who has reached it. So they would not just be paying a record fee, they would be breaking their own structure to do it. And the complication in all of this is whether he would rather stay. None of that says he is not worth it. It says the deal is hard. Those are different things, and only one of them is about the player. So where does this leave it? If Arsenal get him, they have a 26-year-old who scored 22 goals in club football as someone else's support act, and who would walk into this team as the first name on the sheet. That is a genuine upgrade, and nobody sensible should pretend otherwise. If they do not get him, nothing breaks. They are the champions of England, with 4 attackers in double figures and 11 goals out of the left wing. They keep the 160 million. They keep a wage ceiling that they held for years, and they spend it on 3 players that money actually buys. This is not a squad with a hole in it. Ending it is would be the easiest way to get this wrong. Which is the unusual part, because there's no bad outcome here. One road is an upgrade, the other road already won the league, and it is cheaper and simpler than the first one. So the question was never whether he is good enough. It is 3 specific things Arteta would have to solve. Who does he isolate when nobody on that side plays alone? What does he do against the 11 men behind the ball that Arsenal see every week? And how do you carry a temperament like that into the one dressing room that was built by removing the best player in it? It's worth doing, but it's harder than it looks, and if it never happens, Arsenal are still the champions of England.